everybody, and welcome to Lancaster, California. I'm Ken Gonzalez along with Justin Cisco.
How are you today, Ken?
Pretty good, and we're with George Langevin Productions, and right before us, we have the Boys Under 18 Championship game, the 2005 State Open Cup. We're here in Lancaster, California. We've got the Palm Springs Team Guilty going up against the Wolfpack White.
Looks to be quite a matchup today, Ken. I feel like we have waited an eternity for a game like this, and as it turns out, this Palm Springs team and wearing the black jerseys, very aggressive, big squad, and they will take on the Wolfpack White today. And this is it for these two teams. This is the end of the line, the end of the season. This is for all the marbles.
There's the free kick. A lot of action right in front of the net. Can the defense clear it away? Nice. Clear. Ball moves over to the far side. Nearly a kick in the face right there, Justin. Could have been dangerous.
You know, you have to be careful when playing soccer. Nobody wants to lose an eye, as we have seen.
We have.
We have. And actually just recently we saw quite a scene in Italy when those two club teams are playing, and there were flares being thrown onto the field. It was an ugly, ugly scene.
Very into their soccer.
Those are some mean soccer parents there, Ken.
The Italians, yes. And another free kick here for the Wolfpack. Comes up just short of the box. Now it's cleared away again. And Guilty. Team Guilty. Is that correct?
That was correct, but it was actually one of the Wolfpack players who was guilty of a handball there.
No call?
There was a call. They set it down, and Palm Springs is off and running.
I must have been looking away there momentarily.
Well, we know you have a short attention span. It's Gonzalez's hereditary problem.
Right now it's Team Guilty with the ball. Oh, a little bit of a lost footing right there. Number 7, Stephen Short.
Well, Short has dealt with a little bit of the wet field problems that some of these other teams we've been seeing here at Lancaster have dealt with. The fields are not in the best of condition, but they are playable.
I think you had a game earlier today, Justin, where had a couple puddles out there on the field, actually.
We did call the field Lake Lancaster, as you had to be careful. You would be water skiing and then playing soccer all at the same time.
So these teams just getting a feel for each other. There's no score. Again, early in the first half, just about 7 or 8 minutes in. Again, these are 45-minute halves here today, Justin, for this championship match. And we'll get you the rosters for each of these teams here in just a second.
It's a shame that they're only 45 minutes. I wish they were longer. But rules and regulations do not permit it. So we're going to see an hour and a half worth of soccer. And somebody will be crowned the champion of Boys Under 18.
Again, it's the Wolfpack trying to attack. And I don't know, at this point, Justin, would you say the Wolfpack maybe have a little bit more momentum going for them?
They do appear to be a little quicker than this Palm Springs team. They're passing sharp, but they do have a couple of forwards out there who can get down the field, make it happen.
And the ball is out over on the far side. The Wolfpack will put the ball back into play as Palm Springs will set their defense here and try to clear it out and away from their keeper. Nice little move there. Will he take the left-footed kick? He does, and it's going to be just wide of that near post and out for, I would say, a goal kick, but I think it was deflected away, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Wolfpack.
It is all Wolfpack White right now. Goalie for Palm Springs, Mr. Andrew Schwimmer, able to dodge a bullet there. Living on the edge, as the great Aerosmith band would say.
And let's see, we're going to set up here for the corner on the near side. Nice kick, a little bit long, just a little bit high too, attempted header. Would have been interesting to see if they could convert it there, Justin, but it just doesn't happen. The ball comes back over to the near side, and I think we have a whistle.
Not the prettiest play we've seen here at the State Open Cup Finals, but you'd have to assume that the Wolfpack are doing the old setup play. Maybe next time they'll execute a little sharper.
Wolfpack not allowing Team Guilty to get too far over across midfield and not actually allowing them to get it across midfield at all right there. And it is Palm Springs taking it away. And now Palm Springs, they want to get out and run, and now they've penetrated deep into Wolfpack territory. Let's see if they can get a shot on goal as they center it. Now they come over to the near side. Center pass blocked by the Wolfpack defense. Not sure exactly if that was the right play right there. It looked like he had an open shot towards the net.
I thought Kgjs was going to definitely explode all over the goalie there with a shot, but he chose to try to set somebody up and kind of missed an opportunity, it looked like.
Kevin Miller, number 17, now wants to move into the middle of the field. Little change of direction there. Collision, no call. Finally, the Wolfpack defense clears it away up towards midfield. This game might be a physical one here today, Justin.
I think we're going to get the best of both worlds right now. Kgjs, looks like we're going to have some speed. As both teams show, they have guys who can get out and run, but definitely not afraid to mix it up. Use the shoulders, use the shins, do a little hair pulling out there. Should be exciting.
That shot dangerously close to the front of the net there. Schwimmer has to come out. Clears it away and quickly has to get back in front of the net. Wolfpack just about a step quicker right now.
They have been all over Palm Springs thus far, but, you know, Palm Springs is showing signs of life in the last couple minutes as they worked it down in front of the goalie, the goal box there, and, you know, Kgjs had a good look at it, but he chose to be gun-shy.
Corey Kelly tending goal there for the Wolfpack here today. And I'm just looking for the right time to get you the rosters for these teams. Too much action right now. We don't want to miss a call.
It has been up and down, back and forth. All the makings of an exciting soccer matchup. We have seen a couple blowouts this fine weekend here in the beautiful city of Lancaster, California. But this one's going to be tight, Ken. What do you think?
I think so. We've got no score. Lancaster, up-and-coming little community north of Los Angeles. Rivaling Palm Springs as one of the hot spots in California.
Yeah, maybe weather-wise, Ken.
Ball over to the far side. Wolfpack again. Want to work it from that far corner. Their strong side. Ball is out. Goes out across the back line and was last touched, they say, by Team Guilty. Team Guilty really not catching a break here today.
Not really, and they're taking no prisoners at the moment as one of the defenders for Palm Springs took his aggressions out on the pole.
Well, not only did the ball go out, it looked as though it went out across the back line, but now they're actually giving a corner kick to the Wolfpack. And we'll see what happens here as the ball is low to the ground. They don't attack the net there. Looks like they just want to set up some offense. High into the air, the header, and that's going to find the back of the net right in between the keeper and the far post right there. And the Wolfpack, Justin, have gone up 1-0.
What a sweet, sweet goal. Corner kick set up in the center, and it appears that Mr. Todd Locken with those golden locks got a piece of that, kind of with the Sideshow Bob look a little bit, and he got a piece of the ball, and it's 1-0 Wolfpack.
Just past the outstretched hands of Andrew Schwimmer. I'm not sure you can blame him on that, Justin. Just a nice hitty play.
That's true. I think he couldn't quite see past Locken's hair. Ball got lost in there and all of a sudden shoots out into the back of the goal. But give Schwimmer credit. He sold out for that one and just came up fingertip length away.
Let's see if Team Guilty can respond here quickly as they try to spread the field, but that pass just a little bit too slow, allowing the Wolfpack to take it away, and now they'll bring it back from right to left. Schwimmer comes out, can't control the ball, leaves the net wide open. Very dangerous play right there, Locken again. Shot will go out of bounds.
Schwimmer living a little dangerously, but he obviously did some good things because his karma was all right on that play. He was all the way out of the goal. Ball ricocheted off his leg, and luckily he had time to retreat. Locken could do nothing but send a pop-up way over net.
A little flare, and on the goal kick, Palm Springs gets it to midfield, but they're going to lose control of the ball. And now showing off a nice passing game, the Wolfpack.
They look like Palm Springs is going to try to maybe assert something here.
Palm Springs now, they want to attack. The defense comes across a collision, and we have an injured Palm Springs player. I think that's number 6. No, I'm sorry. Yes. Luis Mexicanos.
Took quite a spill there, but the refs apparently didn't see anything that you and I saw. I guess so.
Does that only happen in football?
Well, soccer, these are some tough kids, as we've seen, and they're changing the way this game is played.
Mexicanos, we have word, is the leading scorer here in the 2005 State Cup in the boys under 18 division. Don't have the number of goals, but we do know that he is the leading scorer.
That in itself is a testament, as goals have been few and far between for some of these teams, and Mexicano, he's done what it takes.
And now it does look like Palm Springs has settled down. They want to get something going on offense. We see the ball here on the right side of the field, a little bit longer now. So this team guilty in the black uniforms. Mentioned before the broadcast, Justin, that it's kind of reminiscent of the Outlaws of the Old West, wearing all black.
These guys are gunslingers, and it's kind of like the Raiders in football. You see a team wearing a uniform, kind of gives them an edge, a little bit of a toughness. As that ball rolls in front, Schwimmer again picks it up. But, yeah, it's definitely a look that intimidates, befuddles opponents.
The Raiders. Black is always a good, intimidating look, definitely for a uniform. The Wolfpack in white with the blue trunks. That kick's going to go well out over on the far sideline. And it's a Wolfpack still clinging to that 1-0 lead. And we've got about 33 minutes. I'm sorry, about 32 minutes unofficially here to go in the first half.
I wouldn't be surprised if Palm Springs finds a way to tie this game up. I know they're going against a tough goalie in Corey Kelly, Kgjs, as his teammates like to call him.
Kgjs? Is that true?
It's probably not true, Ken, but
it sounds good.
It does sound good, and pretty much.
What other option could you have?
You really don't.
Just as Team Guilty tries to center the ball in the middle of the field, they're going to have it taken away by this relentless defense, and now we're going to get a late whistle. Hitting the ground, number 12 for Palm Springs.
All right, Guilty, let's pick it up right here now.
Nestor Tapia. I believe that was number 12, Justin, if you could verify that.
I'm going to get you a verification, and that was Mr. Tapia himself.
Number 12. And looks like his teammate, number 16, will be taking the free kick. Greg Nugent.
Not enough Nugents running around out there.
Kick high into the air, up towards the net, coming out. Kelly, Kgjs as you call him. Another swat away. He's a force out there in front of the net.
He was a handball champion of his 6th grade class. I mean, he is out there doing things with those fists.
And he keeps Team Guilty out of the scorer's table. And the Wolfpack bring it back across midfield.
It's got to be a little discouraging for this Palm Springs group. They've been in front of the net a few times, but Kgjs has slammed the door.
One thing I like about this Palm Springs team, though, it does look like they're trying to play their game. And they're going to let something fall for them. They're not going to let this team run them up and down the field and get them into a rhythm that they don't want to be in.
When you've got a goal scorer like Mexicanos, I mean, you're going to feel confident that at any point during this game that you can get a goal. It's been happening for you. This is the reason you're here. And Palm Springs is a confident bunch. I don't think they're going to get taken out of their game plan too easily by one goal of the Wolfpack.
The ball at midfield. Now it's a Wolfpack setting it up to the left side. Ball near the corner. Team Guilty trying as best as they can to clear it away from the net. And they managed to do so. And on that short passing game, they'll bring it over to the near side. Now across midfield, there's number 17, Kevin Miller. Kevin runs into some trouble in the Wolfpack. Bring it back.
Miller definitely one of the more physical players on this guilty team.
They are guilty of what, I don't know.
Guilty of winning, if that's a crime, Ken.
They have won quite a few. They find themselves here in the championship game as they come out of the Silver Elite East division here in Southern California.
As we know, usually a perennial powerhouse of a division, and they've stood up to the tasks at hand and end up here in the finals.
Again in front of the net, and a whistle. And that will definitely go against the Wolfpack.
I think Schwimmer's going to wake up tonight in cold sweats and see that afro of Todd Locken coming at him.
Depends. If Locken gets another goal or two, maybe, but it's 1-0. It's really early. And Jay says you've got to give this guilty team a little time here to settle down and get on the board. Don't write them off just yet.
Oh, there's no writing off here, Ken. I've seen this team play a couple times and have been impressed.
Change of direction there. That was number 5, showing off some fancy footwork there.
Good idea, Scott. That's
Scott
right.
Chechian.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Every team definitely has to find their groove in a game, and it's usually a guy like, Mexicanos who's a tempo changer, somebody who can, kind of bend the will of their own team.
Wolfpack quickly attacking again. Schwimmer has to get to the ball pretty fast there, and he's able to get to it, beating the striker there by about a half a yard. And another whistle.
Like Malcolm Edwards couldn't quite get an understanding for what was being called on him, regardless.
Mexicanos
Just going.
setting the ball down for the free kick. Let's see if he's the one actually taking it. Nugent there, and it's like number 4, Cody Crosby. Ball here on the near side again, number 17, Kevin Miller, over to Nugent. Nugent with a little fancy footwork there. Nice curve on that pass. Header was set up perfectly, and right there you see on the ground, a little upset.
Great. Good ball. Good ball.
His parents were talking to us before the game and said he had watched Bend It Like Beckham 175 times this month.
Well, he might be a little upset with himself, but from the distance he was at, would have been a long shot to find that ball in the back of the net there, I think.
Definitely,
But you never know.
Definitely a solid attempt, though.
Wolfpack racing down the near side, and feet taken out from underneath. On a nice defensive play, the ball finally goes out here on the near side. Wolfpack player saying, nope, it's my ball, as he pushes Team Guilty out of the way.
And I thought they were sharing a respectful moment between each other. As
Didn't look too endearing to me.
that could be. But it's good to see that these teams aren't afraid to get physical, and hopefully they keep it clean. It was definitely a clean slide tackle, as in most everything we've seen today.
Now Wolfpack moves here to midfield, number 16. James Lawson. And there he is. There's my roster right in front of me, actually. Trying to look off of Justin's cheat sheet here, and can't really read his writing. This guy has got some of the worst handwriting you'll ever see, my friends out there in TV land. Just remember that.
Well, you have to give me credit. With only 3 fingers on my writing hand, I am able to position the pencil in such a way that I'm at least able to make it legible. But if you want to make fun of a man for a disability, Ken, then that is your cup of tea.
Wolfpack. And don't believe this gentleman here, folks. He has all 5 appendages on his hand. Just trying to make light of his poor handwriting. Ball at midfield. And let's see, we had a whistle there. It was on that slide just a little bit earlier there. A little bit of a late whistle. Wolfpack will have the ball.
Maybe the ref's watching this game on television. He's about a 7-second delay from everybody else right now.
And that would be our feed that he would be watching. Battle for the ball over on the far sideline. Looked like each squad was surprised that ball stayed in bounds as it They all reacted like a live grenade was thrown out in the middle of the field as they kind of jumped back.
Every once in a while when you're playing sports, if you're surprised that the ball's involved, you might want to rethink things.
Nice takeaway there by the Wolfpack. They don't have the numbers, but they're going to attack anyway, and the defense comes through for Team Guilty. I believe that's Cody Crosby, number 4.
Crosby made an excellent defensive play, cutting off that Wolfpack forward from doing any damage in the Guilty zone.
And since it doesn't look like we're going to have any let up here in the action, I'm just going to go ahead and start giving these rosters anyway. People out there need to know who's playing. Ball is out over on the far side. And for the Palm Springs, Team Guilty, number 1, Octavio Leyva. Number 3 is Mark Nicasio. Number 4 is Cody Crosby. Number 5, Scott Chichian. Number 6, Luis Mexicanos. Number 7 is Steven Short. Number 8, Arturo Solario. Wolfpack trying to set the ball up into the middle of the field. They won't be able to get a shot on goal as it's cleared away by Palm Springs. Back to the rosters for Team Guilty. Number 10 is Steven Acosta. Number 11, Braulio Amesquita. Number 12 is Nestor Tapia. Number 14, Ryan Saunders. Number 15 is David Long. Number 17, Kevin Miller. Number 16 is Greg Nugent. And the keeper, of course, Andrew Schwemmer. And we can't forget number 9, Harrison Glenn. Team administrators Reed Saunders, the head coach Richard Ryerson, and the assistant coaches Tracy Kaler. And there you have it. The boys under 18, Palm Springs, Team Guilty.
Well done, Kgjs. Well done. Glad Hooked on Phonics has allowed you to become the smooth reader of rosters that you have. You have command of languages from English to English, which is pretty solid.
Right now, Palm Springs wanting a whistle. They're going to get it. As we see the score here, Wolfpack up 1-0. Or 1-0, I should say. Soccer speak.
It is soccer speak. In tennis, it would be 1-0. Or 15-0, I guess you could say.
That's correct.
Yes. It's the metric system.
Ball on the ground. Looks like we're going to get a left-footed kick here. Palm Springs has an opportunity now to tie this game. Shot is going to go high into the air and over that bar. That was, I think that was Mexicanos with the left foot. Is he ambidextrous out there?
Hey, I would believe so. And that's more like a left cannon than a left foot. That thing was
Rifled.
yeah.
A cannon shot, if you will.
Kgjs is, he got to look at it there, and I'm sure he does not want to see
That again.
number 6 barreling down on him one-on-one, because we'll have a tie game if that is the case.
Wolfpack getting out. They want to run. Left-footed kick just deflected at the last second. Nugent comes through. Greg Nugent with the nice save.
That was close. Nugent definitely had Schwimmer's back on that one. Little letdown, a great slip pass in there to Loken, I should say, and he almost dialed the operator one more time.
Ball here on the near side. Things have settled down a bit. Maybe the pace has slowed. Wolfpack here on the near side. Nice little touch pass there. And number 10 for the Wolfpack, Christopher Wagner.
That's why you run the drills in practice, Ken, so you can look good on videotape like they just did. Nothing sweeter than a nice little array of passing, as the Wolfpack have demonstrated for most of this game.
Ball over on the far side now, and it's Palm Springs centering the ball, but right there the Wolfpack defenders clearing it away. But Team Guilty not to be turned back. They still want to penetrate. Mexicanos here going up against 2 defenders. And we're going to get a whistle. Ball is out. And let's see, it belongs to Palm Springs.
Looks like we're going to get a corner kick here.
And it is a corner. Mexicanos. Hey, Kgjs got to be ready.
Just a bit long, though.
Long, cleared away, and that shot is high into the air and well out. Number 5. Scott Chichian.
Got a good piece of that one. I think it hit the sun.
Corey Kelly. Up towards midfield. But again, Palm Springs now giving the Wolfpack a taste of their own medicine. Shot right into the gut of Corey Kelly.
It has been a lot of Palm Springs and a little bit of Wolfpack since that goal. Hasn't really resulted in anything for Palm Springs quite yet, but as we've seen in soccer so many times, it's that aggressive team that continues to push that usually comes away victorious.
Mexicanos right on top of the defender. Takes it away, but he's going to get whistled. Little push in the back, maybe.
Little shoulder bump, little how do you do? My name's Luis Mexicanos, and it's nice to meet you.
Well, you get a whistle on that play, Justin, but there were a lot more violent collisions a little bit earlier where the referee just swallowed the whistle.
Maybe, as we know, Jim Bunning is a great guy, excellent referee. Maybe he's feeling that the advantage was actually gained there when Mexicano, as we see a little
Another
contact
collision
there. But
nothing. That was a shoulder right into the side of Mexicanos. That was deliberate.
yeah, the only thing I can figure is that the advantages aren't being gained, except Luis was so close to the goal there that he felt that it was giving Palm Springs a little too much of an edge for the contact that he made. But then you see a play like that where he basically is trucked and there's no whistle. So
not sure what's going on. Ball in front of the net, but it rolls harmlessly away. Luckily for the Wolfpack, and Palm Springs can't get a shot on goal right here. And I got to tell you, looking over that far side, you see an official, a referee with a yellow jersey, and he is booking down that line. And he's got to be about 5 feet tall.
Well, you know, Rick Sharp is an ex-Mr. Fitness, as well as he ran the 100 and 200 meters in the '84 Olympics. He spelled Carl Lewis on that track team.
Harrison Glenn shaken up there. He's tended to by his goalkeeper Schwemmer and lost a shoe. Luckily, our cameraman was Johnny on the spot to get that. That will be forever memorialized here.
Well, if you work for George Langevin Productions, you are going to have the best training money can buy in terms of camera quality and ability.
Ball put in here from the near side again. Palm Springs. They want to get out. They want to attack it. It's all going through Mexicanos right now. They're not even considering anybody else taking a shot on goal.
As they shouldn't. I mean, this guy's been their GTG, as I like to refer to him, their go-to guy, all season long. And if the recipe's working, you don't want to change it.
Wolfpack waiting for the ball to come down. They finally do, but that allows Team Guilty to get back on defense, and Schwemmer watches that ball go out, and Team Guilty caught a break there.
Yes, they did, Ken, and Locken and his teammate were doing a little air acrobatics with that ball, kind of seeing a play ahead as almost a near bicycle kick to a pass almost resulted in another goal opportunity.
And right now it's going to be the Wolfpack with an opportunity coming from the far side of the field on the corner. Here it comes. Going to be just a little bit long. Header keeps it near the net, and it's going to go wide, actually over that crossbar. And it'll be a goal kick for Palm Springs.
Excellent attempt by that Wolfpack player. He got way up in the sky. Tried to make something happen.
And as Team Guilty clears the ball away from the net towards midfield, we'll get you the roster for this Wolfpack team. Don't want to leave them out. Got to know who's playing. Number 8, Juan Mesa. Number 2 is David Johnson. Number 3 is Giovanni Macchia. Number 4, Todd Locken. Number 5 is Malcolm Edwards. Number 6, the keeper, Corey Kelly. Number 7, Mike Weinzheimer. Number 9 is Jacob Kent. Number 10, Christopher Wagner. Number 11, Blake Mulcahy. Number 12, Kyle McNair. Number 13 is Daniel McElroy. Number 14, Kalen Chalk. Number 15, Christopher Baden. Number 20 is Ryan Delaney. Number 16, James Lawson. And the backup keeper, David Ocampo. The head coach is Scott Goldman. The assistant coach is Glenn Strachan. And the team administrator is Jody Kent. There you have it. The
Jody's.
Wolfpack.
Oh,
Dangerously close in front of the net. I don't know how Team Guilty keeps them out, but they managed to. Ball is out, and a goal kick for Palm Springs.
Jody Kent's done a fabulous job helping get this team prepared and making sure all their accommodations have been right. So I know that a lot of the parents wanted to say thank you to Jody and for all her work this year. They kind of talked to us before the game and seemed to all share the same sentiments towards Jody Kent. Wonderful woman.
Ball right here. On the ground, slowed up. Team Guilty maneuvering through the defense of the Wolfpack. Ball here on the near side. Wolfpack now spreading the field wide open. Now right down the middle, little touch pass across midfield. Still controlling the ball. Nice takeaway right there. Now they want to move back into the middle of the field as they penetrate deep. These teams move quick. It doesn't take them long to get from one end of the field to the other. Ball is finally cleared out and out of bounds across on the other side.
Both teams are excellent, excellent passers. We've seen some great skilled passing thus far from both teams that have allowed for opportunities in front of the goal, and there's another one just a little long.
Wolfpack can't get a shot on goal. You know, they've got the 1-0 lead, and they've had a couple of opportunities since then, and, you know, if Palm Springs comes back to tie this game or even win by a goal, there's going to be a lot of plays to look at. A lot of opportunities missed, maybe, for this Wolfpack squad.
That's a killer as a team when you feel like, yes, you're winning, you're up 1-0, but this lead could be so much more. I mean, you're talking 3-4-0 if you can capitalize on many of the opportunities that you've created for yourself. And at this time, the Wolfpack have done a good job at least holding this to a 1-0 lead, but you have to assume they want more and pretty much should expect more.
Scott Kgjs, number 5, centers the ball right in the middle. Palm Springs can't get a shot on goal, and the Wolfpack clear it away up towards midfield. Ball will roll out here just beneath us here in the booth.
Choo-choo! Get a good look at Scott Kgjs.
Nice little left-footed touch pass right there to number 7, Stephen Short. Short trying to take a shot on goal, but too many white jerseys in the way. Ryan Saunders, number 14. I kind of like that little touch pass there, Justin.
It was nice. It was nice. A lot of touch on the touch pass. What I like about this Wolfpack team is they are very creative with the ball. They find different ways to create space for themselves to either maneuver or make a pass. They aren't just about one-on-one. They're about setting up a move to set up a guy.
Thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead, like a chess match.
And that's what it's going to take to beat a team like Guilty. And frankly, Wolfpack looks like they have the gusto and the smarts to maybe pull that off.
Well, they're up 1-0. And the ball will be put into play here by Team Guilty. Kind of like the pink shoelaces there. The ball came in.
Well, it's not enough to be good. You have to be a little pretty, too. And
not around a little color added to your black uniform.
No, it does kind of take the intimidation out, though.
Stephen Short, number 7. Loses the ball. A little extracurricular contact here on the near side between Palm Springs, number 8, Arturo Solario, and the Wolfpack.
You know, you're not really a true soccer player until you begin with the extracurricular activity, the bumping, the jersey grabbing, the extended push or shove on the sideline when you're battling to see who has possession of the ball.
Ball is on the ground, number 5, Kgjs. Nice center pass header as it's cleared away defensively by the Wolfpack. Ball saved from going out over on the far side. Now they want to make another move coming in. Billy, that's Braulio Amasquita, number 11, over on the far side. Nice job by the Wolfpack there as they clear it away.
It was put perfectly in front of the net, but a Wolfpack player king on like gangbusters.
This guilty team not having too much trouble getting in towards the net. That shot will go right in the hands of Schwemmer. Not finding it too difficult to get in towards the net, but it looks as though they're rushing their shots once they get down there, and that's why they're coming away empty maybe.
I'd have to think so. They just, big game, a lot of pressure, and you want it so badly that you end up just kind of yipping it. And a yip is when you either mishit it or kind of look a little funny doing something, and you,
That's what it's called.
You go, yip.
That shot just wide. It hits the side of the net. Schwemmer was right there. He's going to set the ball down.
It's a lot of wind out here.
Minor earthquake here in Lancaster. 3.7 on that Richter scale.
We're actually filming this on a boat, so every once in a while you may see a wave.
A rogue wave, as they call it.
As long as we don't capsize, we should be all right.
Ball over to the far side and save from going out. Palm Springs right at midfield. Nice job here. Number 8, Solorio. Arturo Solorio off to number 5. Chichin, we've called that name several times today. Number 5, an integral part of the offense here for
He has
Springs.
absolutely been everywhere for this team today. We have not called Mexicano's name for quite some time, though. And
a little bit of a grab there. Wolfpack. Referee saw it pointed. Didn't exactly blow the whistle, though.
it's always nice when somebody acknowledges it.
Here on the near side. What's he going to do? Where's he going to set it up? He wants a center pass. Saunders there, number 14. Ryan. Nugent now. Solario, number 8. He's going to lose the ball. Just too much traffic, Justin. Maybe would have been better served passing it off here to the wing.
Ooh, absolutely. Number 3 from Palm Springs, Mark Nicasio. Just got done, mob style, as a little cutback crossover move at midfield. Left him rolling in the tumbleweeds.
Free kick goes towards the net. Cleared away by the defense, and finally somebody gets the ball. Very, very... Well, it looked as though this was going to be a fast-paced game. They haven't really slowed down all that much, but the grass a little bit long here, and it's slowing the ball down. I don't know if you've noticed that, Kgjs, but... that's the way it looks from my vantage point.
Definitely the grass just tackled that Wolfpack player there, but it is a little longer, it appears, as a lot of balls, either there's a lot of spin on them or it's just kind of catching that long blades of grass. And we do know it's a little wet out here, adding to the effect and causing for players to outrun the ball, which is not a common.
Kind of a warm day, though, here. So this field must have been drenched over the last few weeks. Got a lot of rain up here, and as you can see, the snow-covered majestic mountain range surrounding Lancaster.
Well, that's part of the mystique and the beauty of Lancaster, why so many people are flocking to this unbelievable city that has Charlie Brown's world-famous barbecue.
It's actually in Pear Blossom, just outside of Lancaster. But nice shot, and that's going to be wide. Schwemmer again watches that one go. Coming up on the final seconds here of the first half, we've got a 1-0 lead for the Wolfpack. Just about a minute, maybe less. We're going to watch the referee. And there's the whistle, and that is the end of the first half. And Justin, my partner, we've seen a 1-0 game here so far through the first 45 minutes. The next 45 minutes should be something. We'll be right back in just a few.
with Mark, running 3 across the back. Harrison, Cody, and Greg. Okay? So, Kevin, be ready. For me. Guys, I can't call it time. I can't call it time now. This is how we're going in.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Andrew, you got water?
Ken Gonzalez and Justin Cisco for George Langevin Productions. We're back for the start of the second half.
Welcome to the game. I don't know if you've been here today, but we are watching the second half of Palm Springs versus Wolfpack, and quite a matchup thus far.
Wolfpack takes that 1-0 lead in a halftime, so they got to be feeling pretty good about themselves. And Team Guilty out of Palm Springs, they want to come out and set the tone, maybe get a quick score and make a ball game out of this.
They would like to. They're going against a fast and furious Wolfpack team that prides itself on defense and as well as being aggressive and quick. That's the makings of a pretty fine soccer team, if you ask me.
Lock-in with a little extracurricular activity right now in front of the camera. That shot towards the net, but right into the hands of Corey Kelly, making another fine save out there for the Wolfpack.
Been doing it all game like the Energizer Bunny. He just he keeps on going.
And now just like that, the Wolfpack, they want to get out and run. It's an open net right now. Where was Schwimmer? And he's going to get away with one right there.
That's the second time today that Schwimmer has come way outside his probably area of comfortability and made it difficult on his defensive team. But again, through deflections and hustle by his team, he is able to keep this game 1-0.
And that just goes to show you this Wolfpack team can do a lot of things to take you out of your game.
They are magicians of sort.
And again, the Wolfpack defense gets back, foiling an attempt by Palm Springs right there. Again, number 10, Christopher Wagner for the Wolfpack here on the near side. With as bright as the sun is in these nice bright jerseys, as you see number 14 for the Wolfpack, Kalen Chalk. For the Wolfpack, these jerseys, it's a little difficult to read the numbers at times here.
It has been a chore for us to try to come up with some names and numbers of this Wolfpack team. It doesn't help that they're also running so fast.
I don't know who does it, but I'd like to talk to their laundry person. They should like to get a shirt nice and bright.
Oh, there's Mexicanos doing it.
He's running into some trouble, and he needs some help. And he's not going to get it. You know, you see this happen in basketball all the time. You get a guy who likes to take charge, take control of things, and all of a sudden you got 4 guys just standing around.
Which means somebody's open. Kind of reminds me of that old Top Gun quote. You know, have you figured it out yet? He says what? Who the best is, and he says he can figure that out on his own. And as we all remember, Val Kilmer returns with, that's what I heard about you. You like to work alone. Kind of that type of thing. He's a man of individual status playing a team game. And
well, I'm not sure that it's a question of whether Mexicanos is keeping the ball for himself, other than the fact that maybe his teammates need to jump in there every now and then and give him a hand.
Oh, without a doubt. And as we know in Top Gun, Tom Cruise was a man of action, as is Mexicanos. And sometimes you just got to do it yourself if nobody else is going to step up and take charge. I definitely don't disagree with the way he plays. He is an excellent soccer player.
There he is again, setting something up, and he's a little frustrated as the Wolfpack defense was ready for him.
It's kind of like the door of a coffin shutting on you. It's good night. That Wolfpack D is tight in there. It's like you're in a Ziploc baggie.
Well, they have the 1-0 lead. And we had a whistle here.
This looks like an 8th grade dance right now in front of the net. Everybody kind of standing around, and it appears we're going to get a
We had
card.
a yellow card. And we will have the direct free kick. There's a wall of defenders there for the Wolfpack. So huge opportunity for Palm Springs. And that shot is good to find the back of the net. Corey Kelly just couldn't get there in time. And number 3, Mark Nicasio gets Palm Springs even.
That is an unbelievable shot. You can see Nicasio's family on the sideline saying, "Hey, Nicasio, nice shot. Hey, atta boy, huh? Bada bing, bada boom." And me being a Cisco, I know all about that.
A Cisco.
There's a lot of gold chains being slung around there on the sidelines as Nicasio finds the back of the net.
Quickly, the action starts up again. We're tied at 1. Again, Justin, this is a championship match, 45-minute halves. The way these teams have been playing, we could look at overtime here.
Without a doubt, it is very evenly matched, kind of conflicting styles as we haven't really seen much of in this tournament. A lot of teams have played very similar, but this
Again, Palm Springs trying to attack, but the Wolfpack defense clears it away.
This Wolfpack team depends on quickness and passing, a lot of team play. Not that Palm Springs doesn't, but they have a couple guys, one in particular that...
Shot right into the hands of, what do you say, Kgjs? Corey Kelly.
But with a talent like Mexicanos, they can let him do some things that maybe this Wolfpack team can't let one guy do.
But we'll see how it unfolds here. Both these teams even. We've started anew. A lot of aggressive play out there right now. Schwimmer picks it up.
Schwimmer definitely hasn't had the same activity level that he had in that first half, as we see the boat being rocked by waves, and we actually had a whale bump into the side of us.
I don't know what it is. Ever since I've got to Lancaster, Justin, I've had just itch all over my skull and back of my head. And I don't know, maybe picked up a flea or two from the hotel. Not certain.
I believe they call that dandruff.
No, it's moving. There's something there.
You feel like you're getting eaten alive out here in Lancaster?
Maybe it's a bed bug or two. I know you've had that problem recently. At your place.
Not to my knowledge, Ken. I live in a very clean environment.
Bet you had a termite problem.
That is a very false rumor. That is hurtful that you would say such a thing. But if it were true,
Well, just wide. Cleared away by the Wolfpack. If it were true,
it would not be necessarily the tenant's fault who has only lived there for just over a month. I would have to say that it would probably belong to those housing that person. But if you were to place blame,
termites know no boundaries. They know no enemies.
termites are the lowest form of human life or insect life, any life in general.
Ball put into play by the Wolfpack over on the far side. We just don't bring you play-by-play. We bring you everything else in between here.
You know, actually,
Wolfpack taking a shot on goal. Schwimmer watches that ball hit the side of the net. Very dangerous there. And Wolfpack could have gone up 2-1.
again, living on the edge.
Coming into the game for Palm Springs, number 17, Kevin Miller.
How do you feel about meter maid people? I'm particularly not fond of
Meter maid people.
people
Parking
that-
police.
There you go. People give you
They've got a
tickets.
job to do just like anybody else.
They take
Making a living.
certain pride in making your life miserable. There's no reason to give a ticket. Why can't you give a warning or, you know?
Well, usually the people that they don't encounter too many people, just parked cars. They
Yes.
could give a stern talking to the car maybe, but Well, wouldn't do much good.
Well, it's very easy to hide behind a ticket and a serial number as they.
Cool little vehicle, that little three-wheel pod that they drive around
I
in.
wouldn't mind tipping one of those over.
Ball will be put on the ground here. Free kick for the Wolfpack. As number 7 looks on, Steven Short. And the defense for Palm Springs has been in control here. And it is going to be tough for the Wolfpack to get another goal. It's going to be tough for either of these teams to get another one of the net.
The thing that does stand out is the actual physical size of this Palm Springs squad is just a little bigger than our good friends of the Wolfpack White, but
Short nearly takes a tumble right there.
it's going to come down to execution right now for Wolfpack. They're going to have to do it a little cleaner, a little better than the other guys.
Well, they're so evenly matched. You know, they've got different guns out there, different tools that they can use to attack. Of course, we got Mexicanos for Palm Springs, locking for the Wolfpack.
But as we've seen, Nicasio has done a nice job, as well as he was the goal scorer for this Palm Springs bunch.
Nicasio will put the ball into play here on the near side. Number 3. Didn't see much of him in the first half, but he's been a force here in the second half, Justin.
He's definitely stepped up his game and come to play here. As his Palm Springs team, I don't know what happened to him during halftime, whether they got lashings or just a good stern talking to, but they have come to play here and have been the aggressor from start to finish since we began this second half.
And we have hit about the 58th minute here of this match. So about 32 minutes to go.
Unfortunately, that is all.
Ball is out. They're going to say it belongs to Palm Springs, and the Wolfpack weren't too happy about that.
Now, both of these teams know this is it for them. This is their final game, and sometimes in a situation like that, when you see the end of the line and some of these guys, it may be the end of their careers, you start to press a little bit. You start to really, really, really want to do things that maybe you're not capable of. Let's hope that doesn't happen to either of these teams, and they just kind of play within themselves.
Wagner with the ball as he moves over to the back line. Tries to find a place to go, and the ball's going to be knocked out here on the near side. Wolfpack will have it.
That was my serious insight of the day, Ken. So
It's a bit of a downer.
yeah, I
It's a
pretty
little more upbeat.
pretty much deflated everybody that's involved right now. I'm sorry.
Left-footed touch pass. Both of these teams like that left-footed touch pass. They're very proficient at it.
I think that when you go to soccer camp, that's what they work on. That way you can differentiate yourself from amateur soccer players and those who are trying to start a career in soccer playing, is the left-footed touch pass.
Ball is out over on the far side. Not sure of that analysis there, but we'll take about half your word for it.
That's probably half too much, Ken.
And the ball is on the ground. Palm Springs, they want to attack. There's a shot towards the net, and it's going to be wide as Corey Kelly watches that ball sail out of bounds. And the goal kick for the Wolfpack. Will Corey Kelly take it, or is he going to give it up to one of his mates here?
There's some big gloves Corey Kelly's wearing. They look a little oversized, or maybe he's just got giant hands.
Could be. Could very well be.
From here, he looks as if they're kind of...
Second conversation we've had today about big gloves.
That's true.
Talking about SBC Park or Pac Bell, whatever they call that place now up north.
It used to
Ridiculous
be,
large mitt that they have in the outfield there.
which if you have ever been to the stadium, and I know you haven't personally, but it is a huge attraction there that allows kids to kind of slide down it, and it stands out in the field, looks awesome at night, lit up. I recommend you going to the best ballpark baseball has to offer.
I've been there several times. It's called Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles.
A nice stadium nonetheless. It does not have the unique designs and feels of
There's a shot towards the net, and that's going to be just high. Number
SBC
5.
Park.
Kgjs showing off a very strong leg right there, Justin. Kelly with the kick and a little bit of a spin. That ball died in the air there, much to the advantage of, well, I was going to say Palm Springs, but it turns out that the Wolfpack and Wagner here were able to control it momentarily, but finally the ball taken away. Number 8, Solorio.
I bet Kgjs a tough guy to play ping pong against. He's one of those all-touch spin guys that kind of grabs the base of the paddle. And
He's got that spin, definitely.
my dad used to do that. I had a tough time with him. He was solid ping pong player. He abused me.
Really?
Touch shots everywhere. Spin, backspin, forehand spin.
Now the Wolfpack put on their working boots as they want to get up towards the net. We're going to get a whistle. Guilty coming up after that whistle. Like, it shouldn't have been called, but it was a pretty easy whistle there as far as I could tell.
That young man was fired up. He better be careful. This ref has not been shy about giving yellow cards thus far. And
Referees, umpires, officials in general should not worry about bringing out the red cards, yellow cards, or the technical foul or ejections too soon.
they should not worry
They
about
should
that.
not worry about that.
They should just do it.
There's a shot. Nice block by the defensive wall of Palm Springs. And the ball will roll over here to the near side and will go out. And I believe it belongs to the black team, and it does. Putting it into play quickly. Again, number 3, Nicasio.
Nicasio's starting to make a name for himself as he's picked up the slack where others have kind of disappeared during this game.
Officials have a very tough time out on the field. They should be in control at all times, and players should respect everything they have to offer.
That's a very unbiased opinion, and I know you've never spent much time as an umpire or referee in any sport, so good enough.
Palm Springs now moving in towards the net. Again, though, a lot of white jerseys. And the ball's taken away, and now the Wolfpack are coming down. They got one man to beat. The ball's going to skip away, and that's going to allow the defense for Palm Springs to get back. Now Wagner here on the near side. Center pass. And cleared away by Palm Springs.
Nice job by Wagner, but nobody was home. It looked like he put some good spin and touch on that pass, and there was nobody there.
Kalen Chalk, number 14. Nice takeaway there. And again, we see the pink laces. Kgjs, I like those laces. I might get a couple pair.
We all know you have a pair, Ken.
Ball is going to be knocked away. Pushing and shoving going on, but that's pretty normal here for this game.
Neither of these teams are giving an inch at this point. And it's going to, as you say, be very, very possible to go into overtime with evenly matched teams
Corey
such
Kelly
as these two.
with a nice strong kick. That one didn't have the spin. Went about 30 yards further than the last kick.
And he's a master of control.
Wagner hanging out here on the bottom of your screen, right at midfield. Chalk has it taken away again. Kgjs. Now the ball will move over to the far side in the corner and will go out. And there's the triathlete over on that far side.
There he is, Jim Sharp, staying solid. He is a fast, short man.
Kind of like you, actually.
That could be considered. I'm not quite that short, but yes, I am probably that fast.
Anyone who's shorter than me is short.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Now the ball comes across midfield and immediately goes out. Guilty coach here. Holding the ball. Like that little motto they have on their t-shirts. Guilty on the front, like you're not on the back.
Oh, they're a fun team, aren't they, Ken?
Palm Springs. And they're going to have the ball right here. They'll have the free kick.
I guess that's good if they just come right out of the woodshed and admit their wrongdoing.
You know, we had some, I believe these teams played earlier today, Justin, and it was a little cooler. There's a lot of moisture on the ground. Now they're playing in drier conditions, and they've played well into the second half here. Let's see, we're at about the 66th minute of the match, and we're starting to see a lot of grabbing of the hamstrings and quads. I think we're going to get some tightening of the muscles here.
You can't run around that much in this heat and these conditions on fields that are causing you to slip and tighten up too much without getting some of those aches and pains that go along with it, no matter how young and flexible you may be.
Scott Kgjs again, number 5, in on the action. Mexicano's been a little quiet here lately, and I think that's just because this Wolfpack defense has shut him down. They've concentrated on taking that aspect of the Palm Springs offense out of commission.
That they have done, and it only means that the door's open for one of these guilty players to step up and make a name for themselves.
Just like Nicasio did. Ball is out on the far side. Wolfpack out of the Silver Elite South division of the Coast Soccer League.
Stay right there, Cody. Stay right there, Cody. Stay right there. Stay right there, Cody.
Now it's a Wolfpack trying to control the tempo. This were a basketball game, you'd say they're trying to control the clock here.
A little of both, I think you could say. Tempo and clock. I think that...
A bit early.
What's that?
A bit early to be clock watching, but...
Yeah, but I think that they feel that time's on their side. If they can somehow just get one more good shot on goal before this is all said and done, they could very well come away victorious.
A mean and nasty collision right there in the middle of the field. And now here come Palm Springs. Schwimmer, actually Kelly, gets a hand on the ball, gets some help from his defender. And the Wolfpack are going to come away unscathed there. That could have been ugly.
Whew, what a sweet play by Kgjs. He shows side of the net as being open and then just takes it away. That's discouraging.
Nevertheless, we're still tied at 1.
It's like going out and getting a girl's number and having her write down the wrong one when you call. I wouldn't know that, but you've told me from your experiences, Ken, and sounds painful, embarrassing.
It does happen.
It's been known to happen. And Kgjs basically just did that. Gave him the old fake number.
It's a good job. He swatted that ball away. Those big gloves.
You know,
Pack Bell gloves.
I don't know if those gloves are regulation. We might want to get a check on that.
And now here come the Wolfpack gunning their way through the defense. Another violent collision there, and they're letting it play. I guess, as you said earlier, Justin, nobody really gained an advantage there, but at some point you've got to allow the offensive player a little bit of room.
I really don't even know if they're calling penalties at this point, short of somebody getting bludgeoned.
Chalk sizing things up here. Saunders, number 14, racing to the ball, but it's going to be picked up by the Wolfpack, and it will go out.
From what I can tell now, you're allowed to shoulder, push, grab.
We've had some violent collisions, most definitely, and the whistle has been swallowed. And obviously, the deeper we get into the game, the less chance of a penalty that we're going to see, especially in this age group.
Very true. This is the age where they start to let them play, and those who are strong and in shape and can be physical will outperform those who are not.
Kevin Miller, upfield pass taken away. Nice job by the Wolfpack defense. Miller, number 17, very quietly getting in on the action here in the second half. And a whistle. Bit of a high kick there.
Definitely a high kick. And I have to say, the Palm Springs is built more like an American soccer team, where we, in the last few years, have struggled against some of our foreign opponents because we put so much of a emphasis on size and strength that the game of soccer, where speed and skill can outlast any of those attributes, kind of been put to the wayside.
Nice job here as Palm Springs tries to control the ball here on the left side of the field. And let's see, do we get a whistle? No. Everybody looked at the referee like there might have been a whistle, but wasn't to be. The play resumed, and now we do get one. And it'll be a free kick.
And maybe this is the reason
Blocking.
Mexicanos has just not gotten a lot of action today, is we see him limping off screen.
Well, there was quite a bit of, maybe about 12 minutes ago when we had a little bit of a break in action. He did come over to the near side of the field as Corey Kelly has to come out, and now we've got an injured Palm Springs player right in front of the net. And they're going to have to get him some attention, I believe, here as soon as this ball goes out. Miller, number 17.
Hopefully he's okay. Sometimes those things can work themselves out, those injuries, but let's hope nothing serious happened to him.
Corner kick for the Wolfpack, very important. Just a little bit long, the header. That was perfectly placed, but it goes right in the hands of Schwemmer.
Well played by Schwemmer. He knew exactly where to play that shot.
Ball is out on the far side, off of number 12. I thought it was off of number 12, Nestor Tapia, but evidently was last touched by a Wolfpack player.
We just saw Tapia recently rolling around in the box with a severe injury, but he appears to have walked it off, which sometimes happens in soccer. I think the initial pain goes away, and these kids are so tough and so strong that they're able to play through physical injuries like that.
Nicasio back into the game for Palm Springs. Could be a much-needed lift here late in the game. Ball across midfield. Nice takeaway there. Miller again, number 17. Upfield pass to Kgjs. Kelly's going to have to stay back on that. And he does a great job as number 7, Stephen Short, attempted a shot on goal, but he had come in just a little too deep there and too much Corey Kelly.
He caught nothing but orange gloves there.
Wolfpack tries to put the ball upfield, but too many black jerseys in the way. Nice job. Kgjs again. But he's going to have the ball taken away from behind.
Those two, I know Mexicanos he's injured and has not been able to do much.
You see him here on the bottom of your screen.
Come on, we need help, boys. We need help.
But for him, Nicasio and Kgjs have picked up the slack nicely. They have played an excellent match of soccer.
Ball on the ground. It's going to be a foot race over to the far near corner here on the right side of the field. And let's see, the ball goes out and was last touched by Palm Springs. So we're going to have another corner kick for the Wolfpack. Was it a corner or is it just a free kick here near the corner? It's just a free kick.
I believe so.
Centered nicely. Nobody's able to get the head on the ball. There's another shot towards the net. It's high into the air and well over. Schwemmer runs it down.
Mark, you win this ball, Mark. Flick it out, Mark. Flick it.
Wagner here takes that goal kick. Tries a center pass, but nothing but black jerseys are there.
You can see this Wolfpack team just straining to get to the ball right now in traffic. The veins are popping out on the forehead at this point, Ken. They just can't seem to get it done. And
Collision referee says play on.
it appeared that Wolfpack player went one-on-one with the ball there and was taken out.
Mesquita, number 11 here, controlling the ball as he brings it across midfield. And not exactly sure where he was going with that one there, but it was a misfire.
You know, I sometimes read my compass incorrectly too, Ken. I personally would have gone toward the net, but maybe he saw something that none of us did.
He might have been looking for a pass, but somebody ran the wrong route maybe.
Should have taken a left at Albuquerque, Ken.
Zigged when they zagged. that's for sure. The ball, we're going to get a yellow card. Yellow card issued now. That's going to go against. Not sure which player that was against, but the ball will belong to the Wolfpack.
You never know where they're going to come from, when you're going to get it, but that yellow card will show up occasionally.
Seen a lot of violent collisions that weren't even worthy of a whistle. And we're getting yellow cards now.
You just don't know. You don't know. I don't see my life through the eyes of the referee. He obviously saw something different.
Wagner here on the near side, center pass, but nothing but black jerseys. They're going to steal it, take it away. Now they're going to run right to left. There he is again. Kgjs gets away from one defender. Now he angles into the net. Nice defensive play by the Wolfpack as they take it away. Now they're going to move up here on the near side. Center pass. Now they're going to come back. And again, they're getting into that mode where they want to dictate the tempo. Little collision from behind, no whistle. Play on, the referee says.
There's a fancy little back pass there. Gave the old heel stomp.
Ball on the near side. Now it's centered, but cleared away by Palm Springs. And the ball goes out, belongs to the Wolfpack here on the near side.
I like what the Wolfpack's doing here, Ken. They're passing the ball around, trying to center, but eventually somebody is going to have to step up and take that all-important shot on goal that may be the difference maker. But the passing back and forth can only get you so far.
And as the clock moves, we've got about 12 minutes in regulation here.
Find a player, find a player.
Nice job by Schwimmer as he gets a hand on the ball, clears it away, and finally booted out of bounds over on the far side by Palm Springs.
Get organized, let's go. Turn around.
Just getting it done.
Find your
Getting that hand in there, whatever it takes. Goalies both today have done an excellent job sacrificing their bodies and making sure they get a hand on the ball whenever necessary.
Come on, Marky. Scotty, you got a man coming. Come on.
Ball rolls all the way to the near side.
That's all right.
And just like that, the Wolfpack take the ball away, and I think that right there, Team Guilty just got a little careless with the ball.
That they did, Kgjs. Maybe this fatigue is starting to set in.
Come on, Steven. Steven, just the other.
1-1 tie late here in regulation. Again, this is the boys under 18 2005 State Open Cup final. We're in Lancaster, California. I'm Ken Gonzalez along with Justin Sisko for George Langevin Productions.
Here we go. You guys are fresh right now. Let's go.
These teams are starting to look like they're wearing down a little bit, Ken. Not the same crispness that we saw even 10 minutes ago. And understandable, they have played some battles. It's been a long, hard-fought season. I'm sure they both hope that they can just somehow squeeze one more goal out.
Ball at midfield. Now it's a Wolfpack. Locking. Changes directions. We've got an injured player. And do we have a whistle? We do. And that will go against Locking. He's going to be guilty as he goes over to plead his case to the referee. But when you got a guy writhing in pain on the ground, you're probably not going to win that one.
Most of the time not, although soccer's one of those sports where there's a lot of writhing and pain, and you never know what's true and what's false out here. I mean, I know
Just
it's
like basketball, just like the NBA.
the injury situation in most sports isn't quite as alarming, I guess you could say, as soccer, where
Locking across midfield.
you have some good thespians out there, as they say.
Locking again, sizing up this Palm Springs defense. Now he goes right through the middle. He'll take a shot on goal.
Can't do it himself, you guys. He's gonna get
Not sure if that was actually a shot on goal or if he was trying to pass it upfield. It just got away.
It kind of looked like he might be taking a shot on goal. It hit a few people on the way in, and it definitely died before it approached Schwimmer.
And it's the Wolfpack who will have the ball. Well, they must have been touched by the Wolfpack. And they changed direction, so the ball belongs to Palm Springs. Amesquita here, number 11, upfield to Short, number 7. But Short is going to be cut in front of, and he will lose the ball. And actually, he's going to get a whistle and a penalty against him. Not sure what that was. Did you happen to see that there?
He was cheating, Ken. Flat out.
He grabbed a jersey from behind.
He looked like he got a little leg whip action in there as well, which is under Rule 13.3 in the Youth Soccer Handbook. Not acceptable.
Ball on the ground. Wagner again. Wagner does a really good job bringing the ball upfield here on the near side, but he does have some difficulty because of the nice defense. Oh, that ball nearly gets away from Schwimmer. That could have been a tough break right there.
Schwimmer was flopping around like a seal down there, just keeping the ball in front of him. That thing had some nasty spin on it. He got a shoulder, a chest, a flipper on it. He did whatever it took, Ken.
These guys definitely leaving it all out on the field. And we had a whistle. And we'll have a free kick, a direct free kick for the Wolfpack. Another golden opportunity to take the lead here in this championship match.
Never really wanted to stand in front of a man kicking a ball at my face, but
you got to provide the D. Nice little touch pass. Nice job by Schwimmer as he volleyballs that ball out of the box.
It hit half pull, half Schwimmer on that one. Great free kick, though, as he put it up top left, and that baby had a shot.
Whoa, that ball hits the crossbar and comes out. It didn't, from our angle, look like it wasn't going to have a prayer. And it ends up hitting that bar. Wagner with the corner kick. And that will roll untouched.
This is like a boxing match with the Wolfpack here, ending in a flurry of punches, trying to land one haymaker for the knockout.
They definitely want that score. I don't believe they want overtime here today.
Well, considering my shoes are melting into the grass, Ken, I don't know anyone who particularly wants overtime. Although I couldn't think of a better way to spend it than with these two fabulous teams who have...
Very good game. Well-conditioned teams. They have not let up. Crossfield pass, and it works out. Wolfpack still controlling the ball. Now they want to go right down the middle. And that's always a dangerous pass.
This is the Wolfpack, though.
The shot towards the net, and that's going to be just high. Schwimmer again dodging a bullet.
I don't know what the Wolfpack, if they saved themselves during that middle stretch of the second half, where they weren't too aggressive offensively or defensively, but in the last 5 to 10 minutes, they have absolutely put the pressure on this Palm Springs unit, and they have spent the entire 10 minutes of this into the game in the guilty half.
Nicasio tries to go upfield, taken away by the Wolfpack. Unofficially now we've got under about 7 minutes to go here in regulation. We're tied at 1. We need a winner. It's a championship game. Schwimmer comes out, leaves the box wide open, and that ball is going to find the back of the net. And the third time's a charm for the Wolfpack, Justin, as Schwimmer comes out for the third time, and they finally take advantage of it.
It was bound to happen eventually, Ken. We've seen it. Schwimmer being pulled all the way out. The ball twice has ricocheted off of him, going harmlessly away, but that time just couldn't dodge the bullet. And it ends up in the back of the net.
Like I said, third time's a charm right there for the Wolfpack. And now the Wolfpack, they've got to hold on here the final 6 minutes or so and keep this Palm Springs team out of the net. That's going to be a tough job, though, because Palm Springs now is going to be playing like a cornered animal.
Well, we know what a corner animal is like. It's wild, a lot of spitting, a lot of
Very vicious.
screeching. So hopefully nobody on the field has rabies.
Here come Miller across midfield. And Team Guilty. Amesquita, number 11, upfield to Nicasio, number 3. And I think really they are feeling the effects here of not having Mexicanos.
Without a doubt, that
Full
guy
strength.
has been their rock all season, and especially in this tournament. He is, so we see him on the sideline here, maybe looking to enter back in. He is
Come in late in the game, a la Kgjs in 1988.
most of these kids were born right around that time. But if you like dating yourself, Ken, then you may talk about that Kirk Gibson home run where most of those Dodger fans had already left the stadium, as you saw the brake lights in the background of those.
Ball in the air. Now it rolls. Kelly has to come out to make the stop, and he does. Maybe a bit of luck there.
Well, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes, Ken, and so
Miller.
far, Kgjs has had a little bit of both.
Number 11 on Mesquita again. We certainly can't say that Palm Springs hasn't had opportunity here in the last few minutes to tie this game. It looks as though the Wolfpack are going to give him every last opportunity possible to make something happen, and now they've got a corner kick and a golden opportunity to tie this game.
It's like both these teams have just kind of flipped the switch at certain times. And
Corner kick high into the air goes Corey Kelly. Nice play.
I'm sure Corey would love for this ball to stay around this side of the field. Not that he doesn't love making big-time saves, but at this point in the tournament, this point in the day, maybe it'd just be a little bit more Corey Kelly friendly to play some D.
Miller, upfield pass to Nicasio. Ball high into the air, comes here towards midfield, and on a bounce comes across Lock-in now. Out of nowhere, he's going to be bumped right in front of the ref or the official side judge here. Nothing going.
Poor Lock-in, that kid has been abused like a stepchild, man. He has been pushed, bumped, prodded all day long. He has not won one call from the referee. I don't know if there's something that he did before the game, or if they
Played a
don't,
stellar game.
they just don't like the kid. But I mean, he's been playing hard and been pushed around a little bit. But as we know, this game's coming down to the wire. I guess you can't call a ticky-tack
No.
bump like that.
Free kick for the Wolfpack to put the ball on the ground. Now they slowly bring it up. Lock in again with the header. Wagner now locking. And I believe he was trying to center pass there, but wasn't really going to work. They had come in too deep, and that allowed Schwimmer a chance to get to the ball and cradle it. Wolfpack again. They want to attack. They want another score. They want to put this game out of reach. Nice change of direction.
Guy looked like a tornado over there with feet. Man was on fire.
Doing a great job. 2-1 Wolfpack late here in regulation. Just about 5 minutes to go unofficially as we come up to the 90th minute, or the 85th minute of this match. And let's see here. We've got a break in action. And the ball will belong to, let's see. We got a Wolfpack player over on the far side ready to put the ball into play. And so it does belong to the Wolfpack.
And controlled. And I think this is all the Wolfpack are trying to do at this point, is just keep it concise, short passes, and make sure that Palm Springs doesn't get anything long down the field that allows for a breakaway, a one-on-one.
Ball is out over on the far side. Actually, it was a whistle. We had a penalty there, and it was a free kick for the Wolfpack.
Appears that some of these players are cramping up. We've seen a Wolfpack player just come off the field a couple minutes ago with cramps, and I'm not sure who it is here at midfield that has been stretching out for the last couple minutes.
What's that heat? It's starting to get to them. Dehydration. And there haven't been too many substitutions here in the second half for either team, so a lot of these guys have gone the distance out here today.
Well, I mean, some of these teams are going on to a bigger tournament or have more games left in the season. This is it for these teams. I mean, this is all she wrote, Ken, so kind of have to leave it all on the field today.
Ball at midfield. Nice pass to Wagner here on the near side. Wagner now sizes up the defense, shoots the ball down the near side into the corner. Again, pleading his case here for Team Guilty. I believe that's number 9, Harrison Glenn, but definitely a penalty, I believe.
I don't know. I mean, short of putting him in the figure 4, I don't know what else he could have done there. But it has been a physical matchup. But some of these things have gotten a little bit out of hand, and referee has to do their job to keep it clean.
And now as the clock runs down, we've got to keep our eye on the referee as the unofficial time brings us to about 3 minutes or so remaining here in this match. And actually, that is the final whistle by the referee. I want to check that, but that's going to do it. And you can see the black team, Palm Springs, wondering if that was a little early there. And the Wolfpack are going to walk away with the championship game, winning it by a final score of 2-1.
Well, you know, they call him Jim Quick Whistle Rubbins for a reason. And he definitely went either right to the 90th minute or he had seen enough. But
regardless, this was an excellent match here in the boys under 18 division, the 2005 State Open Cup final. The Wolfpack come out victorious over Palm Springs.
Excellent game today. I think both teams, their styles clashed, but played hard. In the end, the Wolfpack just had a little more stamina, a little more endurance, and held off Palm Springs.
Well, for George Langevin Productions, I'm Ken Gonzalez, along with Justin Sisko. It was our pleasure to bring you this game here this afternoon from Lancaster, California. Again, the final score, the Wolfpack 2, Team Guilty 1. And until next time, be safe and have a good day, everybody.
I played this tournament before. That's what I wanted.
I'd like to congratulate Palm Springs Guilty and Wolfpack. Final boys under 18 Cal State Open Cup Championships. Unfortunately, in this round robin type tournament, there could only be one champion, and it goes to Wolfpack. Coach of the Guilty, Rich Ryerson. You got everyone you want, Rich.
First of all, congratulations, guys. You have a great side, great coach, and it was good to see you again. So, thank you very much. Very good. And I'd like to thank my guys for the performance they gave us over the last 2 games. And I'd like to also just thank the parents that are involved in getting all the kids here and being involved with the whole thing. So thank you, parents. Okay, we'll take these and we'll enjoy them. So thank you very much. Luis Mexicanos. Steven Short. Arturo Solorio. Cody Crosby. Andrew Schwemmer.
Harrison Glenn. Mario Amasquita. Kevin Miller. Marky Nicasio.
Chuchian. David Long. Ryan Saunders. Nestor. Frank. Greg Nugent.
My son, Peyton.
He wants that one. Yeah!
Championship Wolfpack. Well, guys, I just want to just lost my voice a little bit yelling that second half. I'd like to thank Cal South for a great tournament.
Thank you.
Always really appreciate it. The venue part was great. It's a great deal. To Palm Springs, you guys, I had a feeling we'd end up seeing you guys again after that 2-2 tie. You know, tremendous effort from you guys. It was a really good comeback. You really had us scared there in the second half. It was a great effort, great weekend. You have a great coach, who's a great player too.
Go Splash!
He's a great player too, so you know, really appreciate the game. And, good luck to you guys. For our team, you guys, hey, and you know, we talked about this going this all weekend. All you got to do is get into the final, huh? And it's just all about heart at these points. And you know, it's a game of goals. Fortunately, we came out on top, but it was a great effort. The progression I think that we saw from you guys throughout the season is it's been night and day. So to finish like this, to finish as winners, finish as champions, tremendous. I'm really proud of you guys. Daniel's gonna help me hand out the first place medals to you guys. Right? Here we go. We'll start with Daniel McElroy. Jacob Kent. Chris Wegner. James Lawson. Chris Madden. Give him a hug, Madden. Blake McCabe. Oh, he's there, Blake. Play around. Dude, we gotta get this going. Kalen Chalk. Kyle McNair. Todd Walken. Big first goal, huh? Johnny. Yeah. Juan. All right, Daniel. David Ocampo. Corey, solid weekend, man. David. We got a couple extras here for Joe Chapman. I'll bring it to Joe. Joe one. Malcolm.
have a couple extras though, guys. Again, very well done.
Malcolm, you guys are so weird. Did he play? I don't think so.
Wolfpack, this is what it's all about.
Good job, boys.